Warhammer's ultimate betrayal. The dwarfs are the ones who are known for their great book of grudges and recording every single grudge ever committed against them. Well, every single one that at least one dwarf got to live to see. But one of the longest lasting grudges in all of Warhammer has to be the grudge that High Queen Khalida holds for her cousin Neferata and the vampires. The two from a young age had been rather close, Khalida living in Lamia after her parents died. When she grew old enough, she was wed to the king of Labaras. Neferata had wanted to keep this friendship they had, but Khalida was suspicious of Neferata. She had looked no different than she did when she first met her, and Khalida had clearly aged since then. And so Khalida severed the tie, making excuses not to travel to Lamia to see Neferata anymore. Neferata was pissed, and during the great celebratory feast held in Lamia, no doubt due to her meddling, Khalida was forced to show up. Neferata at this feast accused Khalida of treason and conspiring to assassinate her. This angered Khalida so much that she refused to nominate a warrior to duel for her to defend her honor, and she instead herself Neferata. However, this was foolish. Neferata by this point was a full-on vampire, and not even the strongest of humans can take on a vampire in a straight duel. And so, Neferata easily overwhelmed Khalida, stabbed her in the stomach. But then, Neferata bit into Khalida's neck, and then biting her own tongue, drawing blood, and kissing Khalida because, well, Neferata is not entirely straight. She attempted to turn Khalida into a vampire. However, Khalida could feel what was happening, and cried out to the Nehikaran gods to save her from such a fate. And luckily for her, the goddess Asaph saved her and let her die. Then, 350 years later, after some debacle with Nagash and the Skaven and the king of Khemri, a giant wave of magic got sent out that revived all the dead of Khemri. Well, except for Khalida. This is weird because the lore for Khalida states that she actually stays dead most of the time, only awaking when her land is in danger and being revived by Asaph. Regardless, she was not happy with Neferata, and ever since has awakened mainly to kill vampires. She despises them because of Neferata. So you would think in the end times we would get a final cool showdown between Neferata and Khalida. The Vengeance, the sequel, the Luke vs. Vader final showdown on the Death Star 2 type of duel. Well, nope, because the writers thought it would be better for Khalida and Neferata to make up like this is some sort of stupid sitcom, and the two of them working together, and in the final moments of the Warhammer world, holding hands and watching as the darkness encroaches around them. By Sigmar, I hate the end times.